facing no silly business. Oh my god! What a start! Oh my god! That is insane! 2! Are we going for 3? That is insane! Wow! What an opener from Andros!
What's up fellas, Panda here. I hope you guys enjoyed that little intro because you're going to be seeing a whole lot of Potemkin Buster. In today's video, we're going to be checking out Andros' run in top 8 of VSF and proving why he is one of the GOATs on Potemkin. This guy was like my mentor, he's taught me a lot, and I had none but love for him for this entire run. But I want to analyze it. I want to analyze all of the stuff that happened throughout these sets that was high level and hype to watch. Getting us started, we know what happens, right? We know. Yeah. So this is worth a convo in itself. Round start Pot Buster is only good for when your opponent is standing still, right? And this is a type of set that doesn't start on layer 1. That's all I'm going to say right now. It doesn't start on layer 1. So Andros probably making some insane adaptations or noticed something for his entire bracket run that made him do round start Pot Buster. Now, is this a really simple play and anyone could do? Absolutely. But could anyone do this on a main stage in a moment like this? Probably not. And then of course. Alright, the second one. Kinda a madness. We know what was going on there. I think Setchi did not want to go for a fuzzy block. And now he's in a situation where Pot Buster or Close Slash is definitely guaranteed. And then Andros went for the classic, and I think I talked to him about it. He was like, he wanted to keep an old tradition going at VSF, which was landed 3 in a row, and my boy, did he get it. Now mechanically, this isn't anything insane. This isn't like, oh, he did one of the most insane setups known to man. It's just 3 Pot Busters in a row. But the fact that you're getting 3 Pot Busters in a row on a stage like this, when you're up against opponents that can defend well, understand anti-fuzzies and all that type of stuff, it means that Setchi was already feeling conditioned getting into the set. So like, Andros did some good stuff here. Also realised I spelled his name wrong. Andros did some good stuff here with the mentality, making the reads, just going for it, you know? And Setchi, unfortunately, just got adapted on. Not much you can say about that, honestly. Not much you can say. And then the heat tackle round start was to call out some mashing because we just saw 3 Pot Busters in a round. Like, of course. Yeah, now this is something I noticed that Andros was doing a lot. It wasn't the match. And we did see a lot of 5P for the sets, but one thing I noticed is he does deflect a lot in this set. You'll see what I mean when we get to see it. And that should be deaf, Setchi gets around. You'll see what I mean as this continues. He used a lot of deflection, which it seemed pretty good. Yeah, Flick's pretty good at dealing with Eddie. Counter at 2S. Can't get the confirmed Pot Buster, so just takes the 5H instead. Oh, God. I think he was trying to back Mega Fist at Pierce, and that's why he got caught by the frog. Very good read from Setchi. Good defense, not getting opened up. A good challenge by Setchi with that 2P interruption. 6H would have been decent there. Now this was a mad interaction. This is worth having a convo about. So we go into Hammerfall here, which there's a big enough gap to Hammerfall, except the problem is Hammerfall isn't really a good defensive option here. Like without meter, you gain nothing. You either get blocked by Zato, or you use your meter to make something happen, right? Yeah, and you're actually about to see Setchi realized he was going to be slowed down by the Pierce, and he was going to punish him with a big button here. I think that's 5H. So the armor wouldn't have mattered. But Andros makes a next level adaptation, PRC, and interrupts the 5H. This is actually a really clever game plan. Andros realizing that all he really needed to do was to get out of the corner and make something happen. So to make that happen, he forces a meter usage with a Hammerfall, tanking the Eddie, and then using the Pot Buster to interrupt. Genuinely clever. Genuinely clever play. And he baits the YRC, yeah. It makes sense to go for the YRC here, because Garuda is YRC-able. But what happened was, he just delayed it. He just delayed it too long. I think you've got to like mash YRC as soon as you block it. But maybe afraid of misinput, went for delay YRC. It's not a bad option, but as we saw in the end, Andros made just an insane read. Well aware the Zato players love YRC on defense, you know. Yeah, and Setchi was dominating a lot, and this next situation here is something that I'm talking about, right? He did a whole lot of deflect shield whenever he could. Whenever he noticed that Eddie was on the offense, he would deflect shield a lot, and it gave him a gap to go for a 5p. Now, if you don't know, you can interrupt the next pierce with a 5p, so when he goes like hit, hit, you can 5p the second hit. However, Zato is still available, so if you go at 5p it and he's there, you're going to get hit on. And the deflect shield gave him the space to not only hit Eddie, but hit Zato as well. It was a good interruption call. For Potemkin, a ton of damage. I can't believe this. The gold burst into the instant hammer fall. Not his turn, by the way, but he just sends it, knowing the Setchi ain't gonna do nothing. Oh! Yeah! Yeah. So, to explain, going for Potbuster like on a meaty is not really a good option anymore. It just isn't, right? A lot of people will try to convince you it's like, oh, it's still a 50-50. It's not really in the current patch, unless you've conditioned the hell out of your opponent. But after his hammer fall, which was a pretty good mash, he gets a close slash at meaty into a full pickup. Setchi doesn't want to give up burst, and now he's in a situation where the next Potbuster with meter will kill, and we see Andros sitting on 2 bars, and Setchi just blocks up. And my guess is, we've been seeing a lot of FD on blocks. Setchi's probably going for a fuzzy, but it's not working out because of the PlayStation input buffer. Maybe that's what's going on, because that he was definitely going for a fuzzy here. And then RC, you're dead. What can I say, bro? Like, Andros is just making the correct reads. Like, he doesn't need a Karuda into Potbuster, you know what I mean? He's just well aware, like, if I go for a Potbuster here, it's gonna work. Alright, this was something else that Andros was doing a lot here. He was 6p'ing on the Zato offense, right? And then he would OS into Potbuster. So for anyone that doesn't know what's going on here, right? Potemkin, if he 6p's, for example, Frog or Zato, he can either get a pickup off Zato, of course. But if he 6p's the Frog, he can do some cheeky stuff. He can do Potbuster to catch Zato, just like not being awake at the wheel. Or he could do like a button cancel, you know, like Hammerfall, for example, and then like get an armor mash out. But here, he went 6p into Potbuster, and that was because he was at the point where Zato can block again, right? He didn't think he was going to catch the 6H, and if that was going to happen, it meant he could do 6p, and he'd be really close to the ground, and delay Potbuster would actually grab him. That didn't happen, though. That didn't happen. Setchi got hit. But the thing is, though, Andros wins this round. Good Hammerfall read, however, as we know, you can't really just power through Eddie without Meteor, because we just saw there, Zato's still awake, right? Kind of like I was talking about earlier, Zato is still there. To the command grab, Andros is in a bad situation, but you'll notice he has a bar, right? What's he gonna do with it? Bar slash, big trade, jumps the command grab, big punish into the Heavenly. He didn't need to do the Heavenly here, he could just heat knuckle, but you know what? I like the style. But yeah, no, Andros made a good read. We've been seeing Setchi go for the command grab or throw for the kill a lot. Like, he was doing it a lot throughout these sets, right? And Andros made the read, went like, oh, I should jump this. And it works out. It was absolutely the correct play. So Andros, reading Setchi in those final moments, Setchi was all like, damn, I got red going for the command grab. You know what I mean? I thought this was worth noting. Andros' defense for this set was also pretty good. Like, blocking the top 5Ds and all that stuff. However, what was weird is that Setchi's definitely getting some misinputs. Wanted to do the close-up command grab and then get it. And that caused a very bit of awkwardness for Andros, but Setchi did so well getting the corner here. The knockdown, sends the Pierce, invite help, goes for the JD, well defended, tap 5D, well defended. Andros can block those at offline, and then the far slash to stop the Hammerfall, because the Hammerfall's been doing so much. Setchi has to block up. Garuda went for the walk back, because you could still Potbuster from that range. PRCPB, this is good for Oki and a decent bit of damage. You've got the corner unlocked, 50-50, goes close slash into 2D. Oh, but they tap 5D and it's gotta be a kill. But Andros was going for some good plays there. Sending the PRCPB, even you do not get the damage that you used to, it's still a good option to represent for Oki. And if it's gonna lead to the corner and close slash Oki, then it's worth doing. That's it. No, our first 50-50 true Potbuster, by the way. Everything else has been like fuzzyable. It's insane. Let's have a bar to play with. Not gonna utilize it, defending on the lows. Oh my god, what a jump back on the throat and then the Heavenly. Like, he's too clean. He's too clean. Like to go back to this. This is a blender, right? Anyone that knows fighting Zato, this is a goddamn blender to be put in, right? Gets the JH into knockdown, sets up Eddie perfectly to be on the other side. And then here it's like he goes low, right? Goes low again, right? Close slash, stagger, into the throw. You're telling your opponent's blocking up, and then the one time you go for a throw, he jumps back. He jumps back. I'm not gonna lie, if I was Setchi, this Andros guy would be pissing me off. Like, straight up. Like, he jumps back there. That's insanity, is it not? And it kills, absolutely. And caught a lot as well. Yeah, and this round he was just getting like caught high, low, high, low. But it is what it is, right? It is what it is. It's like, that's gonna happen to you. And now Andros needs to try and make 80 to 10% comeback. But you know, Potemkin can do it. Potemkin can do it. JD being plus on hit. And then the pot buster. Meter shows up in time. You're dead. Bar safe. That's it. You know how the start was free pot busters? You know, like, how does he get away with that? This is a similar situation, but nobody talked about it. This JD, to beat this XP, oh, obviously it doesn't clash with it anymore, but because he timed it so well, it beats this XP. Plus on hit, this is a risky pot buster. You see there, Zato went for a 5p mash, right? That would have worked. That genuinely would have worked, but there was one big issue. Mistimed it. Mistimed it. If he did that 5p earlier, Potemkin gets hit. That's it. And in the next situation, we've been here before. Definitely some type of FD defense. Could have been a fuzzy, could have been whatever, maybe mistimed, but at the end of the day, got grabbed. He made a clean read, well aware that Setchi's been trying to defend against the strikes but getting caught, and went like, I'm going to send Potbuster. And it worked. And then Andros wins, and this was a good moment. I don't know if it was caught on camera. Yeah, fist bumping him. Yeah. I didn't know if it was caught on camera. I'm like, was that on camera? I don't remember. And then look at me, I never strike, he's bouncing. I'm so happy I got to commentate this, genuinely. Snifoudou from the Netherlands. This was a big deal. This was a huge deal. Snifoudou hadn't had a result like this, so the fact that he's up against winter finals, Andros being one of the top players of that bracket, was a huge deal. It was a huge deal. And Giovanna does decently into this, but Andros. There's something else here in this, man, I'm telling you. And well, she doesn't do decently. She does okay, right? There's things that are good, but there's things that are bad, right? Now, when it comes down to it, Potemkin has better neutral. As insane as that is to say. But if Giovanna's on the ball, she still can't whiff punish it. She just gotta be on the ball. Oh, yeah. There were some decent plays here for sure. So, when you catch a 2D in midair as Potemkin, right? When you catch a 2D in midair, it doesn't lead to Oki, right? This is really fake Oki. Right, like for example, I think if you go for a close slash here, you can get interrupted. And it's the same with Potbuster. This was a mad play for Potemkin, I'm not gonna lie. I think Andros did a spacing trap, because I think I might have seen a 5p, but I can't go back frame by frame. Twitch is not really a good resource of information, I'll tell you, man, I'll tell you. Yeah. No, actually, Snifoudou just blocked up. Yeah, just blocked up, and then the Potbuster. Again, it's not really real there. Not even a close slash is real there. I think a 5p is real there. Or maybe like a reset 2s with spacing. But like, besides that, not real. Really isn't. This XH, not a bad play. Giovanna can't really run away from it quick enough. She'd have to make a jump call out. Or as you see there, a dash out. It just didn't work out for her. And then this is super safe. You backdashed it, so it's still my turn. Goes for the Garuda reset. And Snifoudou made a really late reaction. Yeah, that's what happened. It's Snifoudou losing the first round. Andros was just like making good plays back to back, but a lot of them were like tricky guesses, is the way to put it. This is a big deal. People saw this interaction and thought, no way Potemkin punished the safe move, right? That's not what happened. That's not what happened. So for anyone that doesn't know, this move's like -3, -4, right? You can punish it with an IB back throw, right? But that's it. That's the only way to punish this, right? You can't 5p it, for example. However, when Giovanna's done, this is an RPS. That's right, it's an RPS. Either you can go for strike throw right here. And Andros went for throw, that's why it says reversal, not punish. Had to deflect. To his counter hit, went for the Gigantor combo because he knew it was going to be burst safe, but a well-timed blitz from Snifoudou to stop that. This XP, because what's Giovanna going to do? She's going to do run up 5H, run up 5k, or run up far slash. Hardly she'll go for run up 2S. You can 6p all of those. Walks back, yeah. Yeah, if you don't know, you can walk back with Potemkin and still do carry Potbuster. It's a nasty scenario to get caught by, it really is. He could just walk back and then carry Potbuster. and walk back close slash, and as we see there, walk back close slash was the play. That was a... Jesus. It's so funny watching Andros play because he understands the game to an insane level, but he looks like he's just glue churning, bro. It really does. For example, walk up potbuster here isn't a bad idea. Snifoudou was doing a lot of walkbacks on the round start, so walk up potbuster is a great chase. But Snifoudou, well aware the man's getting closer, I'm gonna backdash, which was a good play. However, unfortunately missed the punish. Still takes a turn though, and the insane thing is, goes for a 2S anti-fuzzy. Andros doesn't jump, but you know what he does? Potbuster. It's insane to me how much Potemkin can look like an absolute glue sniffer, right? But these are genuinely smart plays from Andros. 2S is punishable on block. Giovanna can only Gatling it to 5H, right? Which isn't going to do a whole lot there unless you special cancel. Or she can only special cancel into either safe tool that'll leave her in an RPS, a tool that I don't think you want to represent against Potemkin because he'll react in time, the spiral arrow, or the flip out, you know, the left right cross up, which again at this type of high level, Andros is ready to react. So going for a 2S empty, not a bad idea. But Andros made the read. He just made the read. He was on it. That's all there is to say. He's on it. The burst, the hammer fault, not a bad option. You had meter. Get rid of 50-50, BRC. This makes the potbuster safe, and for anyone that doesn't know, wanted Frankie. Yeah, this was mad. This was mad. Andros making the potbuster safe leads to another RPS. The Snifoudou thought, oh, I can punish this at the time. You can. You can. He's safe. Even if you go for a 5k punish, he still blocks it. Good block at the top 5D. That would have won the round. Yeah, Snifoudou stays alive. Into the throat. Meter for meter, 2S, cross up, and yeah, it's kind of like what I talked about earlier. Andros is ready for every option. We see here, here's the proof in the pudding. 2S into the cross up. What does Andros do? He IBs it, 5Ps it. You get what I mean? You get what I'm saying there, right? It's like Andros is on the money. You cannot be representing these special cancels because he knows what all of it's going to lead to. And then he gets the IB at the back throw. Very tricky to get the timing. JD counter hit. I don't even know what was happening here. I think this is a timing thing to beat 6P. Again, the IB. Goddamn. Yeah, right here. I think that beats 6P. I think Snifoudou went for a 6P, but because JD is coming down so late, it's a counter hit JD. And it does lead to a combo, and I think Andros wanted to reset into a 5H, that way he could get a hard knockdown, but just didn't do it. Through the wall, Snifoudou has a bar. Could represent a BRC, doesn't. Looked out for a YRC during that, that's what that walkback was, but Potemkin Glow Slash still reaches like a madman. Safe jab. Yeah. Now this was interesting, you think it's going to kill, but because Giovanna's meter was at 100 a moment ago, doesn't kill. Yeah, if she didn't get 100 meter, died. No! GG, yeah. Well aware Snifoudou's been doing a lot of dash up. Snifoudou didn't represent a whole lot of DP in this set. I think that would have probably helped because you're sitting on a bar and then DPRC, like Giovanna's DPRC is so good against pot. He's a big body, so you get fuzzies, right? Oh, what back throw. And if you land, you get huge damage, and it's more than likely you're going to get them because Potemkin's buttons are kind of 6Pable in a lot of ways, like far slash, 5H. Even 2S at times, but that got buffed actually. I don't think you can do 2S now I think about it. Good burst. Cross up JS, missed the JH. Goes for a chase instead. Huge counter. Andros doesn't use the meter because he wants to save it for this. Leads to Oki. Potbuster, good backdash from Snifoudou. And actually use the DP here. Clever play. Fast move. Should be able to whip punish Potbuster easily. And this is insane. For anyone that doesn't know, that spiral arrow is insanely plus. It's like +6, right? It's a high number. Like if you go for a 5P, it's like true and block type shit. Andros going for the potbuster here is kinda psychotic. I'm not even gonna lie. I want to support Andros for this play, but this is like the glue churning stuff that Potemkin's known for, like straight up. Because to put it simply, you lose to a button, right? If Giovanna picked 5K, 5P, close slash, anything there, counter. If she went for normal throw, command grabs don't beat normal throws anymore. you would have been thrown. And if she used their meter for a BRC, you would have whiffed and looked very, very silly. So Andros, I'm not even gonna lie, this is an insane play. I don't even know why he made this adaptation. I can't tell you why. I'm being genuine. I want to analyze this. I'm just like, he made a good read. That's all I can say. Like, even live commentary, he's like, you went for a pot buster in that? Insane. Genuinely insane. There's not much Potemkin beats there besides the opponent that's slow to the ball, right? That's it. And punishes. Good block. And he was well aware I haven't done a meaty pot buster in a while, let's represent that, but Snifoudou's like, I don't want to look like Setchi. I am not going through that. We'll lose away with the 5Ks, into his counter hit, into the super. It's a good round for Snifoudou, but I'm pretty sure Snifoudou loses this round. Yeah, the IB into the back throw. This is a safe jab, can't mash it. This is all a combo and it's still a burst safe, by the way. And that's what he was looking for. Calls it the backdash, gets a combo, 2D, and 2D on that type of situation, if the opponent backdash during the BRC, you get a pick up, and if they jumped, you get a pick up, and if they didn't block low, you get a pick up. And Andros, you got the pick up, and it's completely burst safe as well. 2 bars a meter, burst safe follow up, Snifoudou dies. He's my hero, but he's everybody else's villain. Pass me, put it best, man. And look at my legs, it's bouncing, bro. Last set here, grand finals. What does Andros do? Round start, 2p. 2p. Of course he does 2p. Represent pot buster last time. Why else would he do 2p, right? It's the correct option. Go burst. This is actually huge for Andros. Being put into the corner, but with a bar a meter is massive. But what a command grab from Setchi. The Mega Fist. RC goes low, well defended. Like, right now, Andros is looking for a knockdown. He doesn't care if anything he does is like PRC or anything like that. He just wants a knockdown. And he got it. Right? Went for pot buster. Oh, you went for 2S? Missed time, buddy. Oh my god. Dude, he really wanted the pot buster here. Yeah, I'm now realizing that looking back. He really wanted it. He wanted Setchi to know that I want pot buster right now. And I think that really set up the conditioning for the future. The deflect shield, we talked about this earlier. The deflect shield did so much in this set. Close slash connection. Burst. Huge slide head into slide head. Not really the best strategy nowadays against Zato, but it's still decent, right? It's still decent. If he goes for an option, you can interrupt him and Eddie's gone, right? So if you make a good read slide head, it's still fantastic. Back throw. Now that's a greedy back throw. I think you might want to go for a throw tech, for example, but went for the back throw and it worked out. It worked out. Garuda, walk back, yeah, into the close slash, gets a connection. Messed up with the meter. I've been here. Sometimes you don't think the tap 5D is going to wall stick, and it does, and then you've wasted a bar, but it's fine. Good tech. No anti-airs. Well aware that the flight could be awkward at anti-air, but the 5p mash here is insane. Like, well aware that the spacing is wrong for these drills to do anything, so you just like send it. Right, I mean it worked. It worked. Ooh, another round start where nothing happens. I think Setchi's starting to get a bit more brave on these round starts, you know what I mean? Defense from both sides, gets the JH. We're seeing a whole lot of retreat plays from Setchi, where he's gonna flight outside the zone. Because that Andros stopped using 6H and started using more 5H for the timing on the backdash. Oh, good 5k kill the Eddie. Yeah, very well placed. 5k super active, so you can just look out for it. Oh no. Into the Frog, decent pickup. Setchi goes for a reset into the JD. And this is good because that'll let him get back Eddie meter. But Potemkin Buster BRC, no, nothing of it. 6H, huge counter trade, very favorable for Andros. He's already got the corner, but the oppose is working wonders. Setchi's representing more oppose in the set. 5H, slide head to interrupt the invite hell. YRC, hammerfall. Again, he's not afraid to just hammerfall in this matchup, and it can be tricky in hammerfall. It really can. Yeah. Like, what happened there was, Andros was not representing a whole lot of anti-airs on the flight, and the one time he does it was a killing scenario, right? So Setchi kind of got confident, got a little brave that he could just fly in, and it's like, nah, not this time. The walk back into the close slash, oh my god, yeah, dude, Potemkin Buster has so much range, you can just do that, you can walk back close slash, pop buster, you didn't FD me, pop buster. Not dead. Still alive. This is okay. Well, it's fake okay, but it's okay. What Mega Fist? Mega Fist is clever there because it's super spaced out. If Setchi goes for anything, he'll get hit, and if he blocks up, he can't really hit him for it. So Andros making a good read to go for that Mega Fist. The burst. Health is low. Oh, far slash keep farm. Yeah, decent for stopping those airspaces. You're going to see a little bit more far slashes as the set continues. Gigantor to kill Eddie. Look at that. Good adaptation from Andros. Like, oh, well aware when a Hammerfall's coming out, he wants to save Eddie. Gigantor Kai. Let's kill him. Let's get rid of him. Could get a turn off of it, but it was clever. It was. Oh no, Setchi's a fan. Yeah, I'm well aware that Setchi probably wanted to go for a YRC play. Potbuster. Works every time. You can't do wake up YRC. You need YRC after a button. But seeing Setchi goes to the sky a lot. JH. Potbuster. 50-50 for game. I can't remember how this plays out. I'm pretty sure he gets a strike here. Yeah, close slash. Yeah. Insane. Like, Setchi knew here, right? After this Potbuster, he's like, oh no, we have been here before. And last time he went for Potbuster, as we're seeing Setchi defense, probably a fuzzy defense, right? Fuzzy jump or something. As we see here, that just confirms it, fuzzy jump. Goes for Heat Knuckle. We haven't been seeing a Heat Knuckle anti-air in quite the while, but he represents it. Brings you down to earth. This is a 50-50. Where it's either Potbuster or Close Slash. Goes for Close Slash, gets the hit. And Potemkin with meter, easy kill. Easy kill. That's all you can say. That's all you can say, man. Andros was too clean. And then, oh, dude, I love this moment. Yeah. Yeah, big man. Yeah, big man. Ah! That's my goat, bro. That's my goat. Everyone else is villain, my hero. That's what I'm gonna say. Bye. This was a good time. This was a really good time. I really enjoyed it. Andros just played his heart out. Genuinely some fantastic reads. Disgusting plays at times, if I'm honest. For example, mashing Potbuster on the Giovanna Spiral Arrow. That was an insane play. That was a genuine insane play. Going for that is psychotic, if I'm honest with you. But he went for it. And it worked. Like, at the end of the day, Andros guessed right so many times. I think that was one of his tweets. He put that out. He was just like, I just guessed right so many times. I'm like, what way to put it, man. Genuinely. Why, that was the analysis of Andros' run. As you can see, he's a bit of a monster. Like, not only is he doing these, like, calculated plays during all of it, well aware of what Giovanna and Zato wants to do during offense and escaping, but then he just goes from genuine psychotic plays. Like, you can't argue. You cannot argue. He just made so many good guesses. Like, to quote him, I have never guessed so right so many times in my life. But we gotta say congrats to Andros. Well done for winning a huge major like vsfighting. I think he wanted to win it and he's never won it, so that was a big deal to him. But it was great. It was genuinely great. Happy Andros won it. Here's home to Arc World Tour, you know? Finalist, right? Yeah, guaranteed the slot. We're going to be seeing Andros there. I cannot wait. But that's going to be me. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to like, hype, sub, and tell me what you thought about Andros' run. Was there anything that I missed out on? Because I want to hear what you think. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.